10 tools that make developers faster. Programming today is not about typing code line by line for hours. It is about speed, focus, and choosing the right tools. A developer with good tools will always beat a developer without them. Not because they are smarter, but because they waste less time. Today I want to talk about 10 tools that really make development faster. This is not a tutorial. This is not a course. Just a relaxed overview of tools that many developers use every day. Sometimes without even thinking about it. Let's start. The first thing every developer touches is the code editor. For most people, that editor is Visual Studio Code. VS Code became popular for one simple reason. It adapts to you. You want front-end development? There are extensions for that. You want back-end development? Extensions again. Themes, shortcuts, auto-formatting, Git integration, terminals. Everything in one place. Many developers say they will try something new. They install another editor. They use it for 1 week. And then they come back. VS Code is not perfect. But it is fast, flexible, and familiar. And familiarity saves time. The second tool is version control. Git changed programming forever. Before Git, one mistake could destroy days of work. Now one mistake is just a commit away from being fixed. Git allows developers to experiment without fear. To break things. To try ideas. And to go back when something goes wrong. And then there is GitHub. GitHub is more than just a place to store code. It is your public history as a developer. Your projects. Your progress. Your mistakes and improvements. For many people, GitHub is the first thing employers look at. Not your words. Not your promises. Your commits. Now let's talk about artificial intelligence. One of the most important tools today is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not magic. But it is fast. It can write functions. Explain errors. Refactor messy code. Generate ideas. And help you understand things quicker. You still need to think. You still need logic. But instead of searching for answers for 30 minutes, you get them in seconds. Many developers already use ChatGPT every day. Quietly. Without talking about it. It doesn't replace programmers. It removes friction. Another AI tool that became very popular is Claude. Claude feels different. It works especially well with long texts and large files. Big documentation. Big code bases. Long explanations. When other tools struggle with size, Claude stays calm. Some developers use ChatGPT for speed. And Claude for depth. Different tools. Different strengths. Now let's talk about AI directly inside your editor. GitHub Copilot. Copilot watches how you write code. And then it starts writing with you. Sometimes it finishes your lines. Sometimes it writes entire blocks. It is not always right. But when it is right, it feels like cheating. Copilot doesn't replace thinking. But it removes repetition. And repetition is slow. Front-end development deserves its own section. Modern web development is built on frameworks. 3 names appear again and again. React, Vue, and Angular. React focuses on components and flexibility. Vue focuses on simplicity and readability. Angular focuses on structure and full solutions. None of them are perfect. All of them save time compared to writing everything from scratch. Frameworks exist because deadlines exist. And businesses do not want slow development. Speed also matters on the back end. APIs. Servers. Databases. Modern back-end development is about efficiency. Fast frameworks, fast responses, and clean architecture. Many developers choose tools not because they are beautiful, but because they are reliable. When the back-end is stable, everything else becomes easier. Now let's talk about environment setup. This is where Docker comes in. Docker solves a very old problem. It works on my machine. With Docker, your project runs the same everywhere. Same versions. Same setup. Same behavior. It saves hours of debugging. And hours of explaining. Docker is not exciting. But it is extremely useful. Testing APIs is another place where time is often wasted. That's why developers use Postman. Instead of guessing if an endpoint works, you just test it. Send requests. Check responses. Fix problems early. Simple tools save complex problems. Design and development are closer than ever. That's where Figma becomes important. Figma allows developers to see designs clearly. Spacing. Colors. Sizes. Layouts. No more guessing. No more endless questions. When design is clear, coding becomes faster. But there is something more important than any tool. And that is consistency. Tools can make you faster. But only practice makes you better. A developer who builds projects regularly will always be ahead of someone who only watches tutorials. The best tool is not software. It is discipline. You do not need all these tools. You do not need to master everything at once. Choose what fits your workflow. Build your own stack. Improve step by step. Technology will change. Tools will change. But developers who adapt will always stay relevant. That is how you move forward.